Hello everyone, it's Kim here and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Today we made this delicious tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich. And if you're wondering where I got these adorable cups, it's actually from a company called Deluxe. If you noticed in my last video, I also did another collaboration with them using these really elegant dinnerware set. If you're interested, the link to their products will be down below in the description box. I'm considering using this for an upcoming wedding. I have a bunch of different ideas of what I could have put in here. I could have had a drink, dessert, but I decided to go with soup. Why tomato soup, you ask? It's because it's delicious and it goes so amazingly well with grilled cheese. Chop 4 tomatoes are enough to make 4 cups, but really I recommend you double this recipe because you're going to want to in the end anyways. I'm sorry if this was like a cringe moment. Watching my knife skills, I really don't know the proper knife techniques. I'm sorry. Set aside the tomatoes in a bowl. Cut and dice 1 onion. My onion cutting skills are probably worse than my tomato cutting skills. Look away for 20 seconds if you don't want to see this. How many of you bawl your eyes out when cutting an onion? I cry like I'm going through a bad breakup every single time. I think I'll show you guys next time if this video gets 100 likes. I think I watched the video of Gordon Ramsay cutting an onion like 100 times, but I just suck. I'm thinking about investing in the food chopper. Do any of you think it's actually worth it by any chance? Actually, I have enough appliances already. I don't have any space for a food chopper. Take 4 tablespoons of basil leaves and chop it up, or just to taste. Basil leaves are kind of pricey. If you want to leave these out, that's totally fine, but I really like the flavors it adds, and it makes my soup look kind of fancy when I garnish it on top, so I guess it's sort of worth the $2 for the leaves I bought. Make sure you chop these up really tiny or else you'll get like a mouthful of basil and it'll taste a little weird. Well, maybe some of you are into that. Add some oil to the pot. We're going to saute the onions we painstakingly chopped earlier. The original recipe didn't mention to do this, but I hate raw onions. It makes my tummy all rumbly. Add in the chopped tomatoes from earlier. That was less painful than the onions to the chop. So either add in chicken broth or do what I did here and add 2 cups of hot water mixed in with 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon granules. Cover and let this boil gently for 20 minutes. If you have an immersion blender, this is the time to take it out. If you're poor like me, you could just use a blender instead. Add the tomato concoction you cooked up in the blender and just blend until it's kind of blendy and soup-like. I used the puree settings for about like a minute. Disappointingly enough, my tomato soup came out a little orangey, but it still tasted so amazing. I think for a redder soup you need canned tomatoes. Next we're making a roux. To add to our soup. This is just combining the melted butter with flour to make a paste basically to thicken our soup. We whisk this until it becomes kind of medium brown and then we gradually whisk in our tomato soup. Doing this makes sure no lumps form, and then you could just go ahead and pour in the rest of the tomato. I don't know what makes this tomato soup so amazing. We're just using like really basic ingredients and I think this is like the best soup I've ever made. Not that I'm a big soup maker or anything. Now we could flavor it with a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar or to taste. Add in the basil leaves. I'm just baking off one of my milk bread recipes. I made this bread like 4 times on YouTube, so you can go ahead and watch it in another video. The link will be down in the description box below. If you don't want to bake bread from scratch to make grilled cheese, it's understandable. Go ahead and use regular store-bought grocery bread. But I'm letting you know now that this makes the best grilled cheese sandwiches. Now I'm just setting up my deluxe cups in this tray thingy that I got from Walmart. The bread is finally ready and we're just going to let it cool down before we slice it up. Ideally I'd use a bread knife, but unfortunately I didn't have one at the moment, so we're just gonna do the best we can with a chef knife. You don't want these monstrous chunks that I made, try to go a little thinner. Using softened butter, spread it all over the bread slices. It needs to be soft or it's going to be impossible to spread this. Lightly oil your griddle or pan. You can also use spray oil. Toast one side of the toast. Once it becomes toasty, you can add the cheese and another bread layer and then flip it over, toasting until it's ready. I added the soup into a container where I can easily pour things. In case you're wondering, I got this adorable measuring cup from IKEA. I garnished the soup with more basil because I bought more basil than I thought I needed, so why not? I love this tomato soup recipe so much. The only thing I would change in this recipe is probably next time I'll triple the recipe. I think the cups really made a difference in presentation. I love how I could just throw these out afterwards and not have to wash them. I probably won't because they're so adorable. If you're interested in getting these cups, the links will be down below in the description box. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to watch my previous video. Follow me on all my social media sites, and bye!